The holiday shopping season is upon us, and this year it's even bigger. According to the National Retail Federation, more people than ever shopped in-store and online between Thanksgiving Day and Cyber Monday. Retail experts say 182 million people went shopping over the weekend. As Delaney Cleveland reports, a Maple Grove store has high hopes for this holiday season.
Well, you have a great day.
During the holiday season, you'd be hard-pressed to find a gift shop more festive than the Woods.
They have a lot of cute stuff, and it's time of the season to buy gifts.
Sue Elwood is one of the many people that come to this Maple Grove store over the last few days to get in a little shopping for the holidays and for herself.
Stuff is, cute, stuff you don't see in Target.
Comments like that are music to the ears of owner Dave Looney, who says they've had a strong start to the Christmas shopping season.
We had a great weekend. We were up significantly this, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Looney says that's due in part to the store's emphasis on Small Business Saturday, when they offered a free gift for anyone who spent $40. Which isn't hard to do in a place like this.
Even in the gift industry, we offer items that you don't see elsewhere.
According to business and marketing professor George John from the University of Minnesota, other retailers shouldn't necessarily get their hopes up.
So the National Retail Federation is expecting about a 3 to 4% growth in sales for this Christmas season. Again, extending from Halloween to Christmas. However, if inflation comes in at about 3.5%, you're basically treading water.
In other words, this holiday shopping season will be decent, just not great. But it helps when retailers offer real incentives for people to walk into their stores, as they did at the Woods.
The fundamentals look good for him, and I think that's the kind of small business that has a bright future.
With unique items, no supply chain issues, and an emphasis on customer service, Looney is hopeful about the coming weeks.
No heavy snows. Good weather. Other than that, we're very optimistic of this holiday season.
In Maple Grove, Delaney Cleveland, CCX News.
One person is dead and another is in police custody after crashing in a stolen car in Brooklyn Park on Sunday. Police say a man and woman stole merchandise from the Napa Auto Parts in Osseo. The two drove away down County Road 81 but rolled into a ditch and hit a culvert near Greenhaven Drive. The woman driving the vehicle was pronounced dead at the scene. Authorities have not released her identity. The man ran from the crash scene across the street to Walmart. He was arrested for outstanding warrants. The crashed vehicle had previously been reported stolen. Police are continuing to investigate. Fire officials say a fire at a homeless encampment in Brooklyn Park left a burn victim hospitalized before the Thanksgiving holiday. The Brooklyn Park Fire Department responded to reports of a fire at a, quote, sizable homeless encampment near northbound Highway 169 and eastbound 694 on Wednesday night. Firefighters responded and put out the fire. They found one woman at the camp who was burned and needed treatment at the hospital. The fire department is still investigating the cause of this fire, but they say it may be accidental. Thanksgiving weekend produced a political shakeup. U.S. Representative Dean Phillips announced he won't seek re-election to his House seat, even if his presidential bid doesn't gain traction. Phillips represents the 3rd Congressional District, which includes Maple Grove, Plymouth, and Brooklyn Park. In late October, Phillips announced a challenge to President Biden in a Democratic primary. The 3-term representative pointed to Biden's low approval numbers as one of the reasons for deciding to launch a presidential campaign. With Phillips saying he wants to pass the torch to another Democrat, 2 have announced campaigns: State Senator Kelly Morrison of Deep Haven and Democratic National Committee member Ron Harris. A 3rd possible candidate, Minnesota Secretary of State Steve Simon, has said he would consider a run. When it comes to life, it's all about the journey. I'll introduce you to 2 Golden Valley walkers who have logged hundreds of miles on the streets of their city.
Do a cul-de-sac or 2 maybe. Sure.
The journey is better with a friend.
We enjoy walking and we enjoy each other's company.
Andrea Rouser and Michelle Andrasco are taking it on together. Most days they hit the streets of their longtime home, Golden Valley.
Walking is the way to get to know people.
Literally every street.
I always thought that was a really great way to see your city and to connect with your city.
Well, she dragged me into it.
The journey started in their neighborhood in 2020, and it's all recorded on a big paper map.
The yellows were when we marked, the yellow is marking the route to know that, to confirm that we walked it. So that's, the yellow is every street.
The pair completed that walk over the course of 3 years. They battled illness, inertia, and changing weather patterns.
One of the commitments we made was that it didn't count unless we walked it together.
But they kept on.
Minimum 120 miles.
But definitely over.
Definitely a lot more.
They got to know every piece of the city.
Golden Valley is incredibly eclectic. You have pockets where they're just unique and interesting, and you can't help be drawn to the architecture.
Including Andrea's favorite, the Tyrol neighborhoods.
They're beautiful.
They're beautiful. There's actually hills in those neighborhoods too, so that was a little bit more of a workout for us.
The walk gave them new eyes for community they raised their children in.
It was really a good chance to even say hi to everybody too as well.
And with it, stronger legs and a stronger bond.
That would be the first step, is find a good map.
And a good walking partner.
And a good walking partner, for sure. Because it's not, I don't know if it would be as fun as if you did it on your own.
Andrea and Michelle say their next project is biking every street in Golden Valley.
The 2023 CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament wrapped up Saturday night with a matchup of two of the top local teams as Maple Grove battled host Wayzata. Jay Wilcox has the highlights.
After beating Moorhead on opening night, Wayzata facing Maple Grove in the last game of the CCX Turkey Trot Boys Hockey Tournament. Wayzata strikes early as the puck comes into the slot, and Reese Wallen's deflected shot flutters in for a Trojans lead just over a minute into the game. Maple Grove answers on an odd man rush as Lucas Bush gets it to Andrew Karkos for the goal in front. The game is tied 1-1 with plenty more to come in the first period. The Trojans retake the lead as Jake Matson sweeps the backhander in. Great hands there. It's 2-1 Wayzata. Just 20 seconds later, Cade D. St. Hubert going behind the net reverses it back to Luke Miller for the goal. The Trojans are up 3-1. Maple Grove's turn. A great skill goal here as Karkos gets it back to Bush for the tally, and the Crimson pull within 3-2. Late in the period, Luke Giuliani knocks the rebound in for a power play goal as Maple Grove ties it up 3-3 after a wild first period. Early in the second, a 3-on-1, and Bush sets up Karkos for the goal as Maple Grove leads for the first time. It's 4-3 Crimson. Brooks Gangler carries it to the circle, and it slides to Wallen for the shot and goal. Wayzata ties it up 4-4. They retake the lead on a power play as Wallen one-times the pass from Carson Clark for his third of the night. The Trojans are up 5-4 through 2 periods. The only goal of the third comes as the defenseman falls and Miller takes advantage for Wayzata. The Trojans end the weekend 2-0 with a 6-4 win over Maple Grove.
I thought we started a little slow, but I mean, we got up 3-1. I think the boys, after the first, for sure, had to battle a little adversity. I think that was good for our team. Obviously came back, then we went up and we sealed it, so it was good.
Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
A handful of high school girls basketball teams tipped off their seasons over the Thanksgiving weekend, with most others starting this week. Maple Grove is one team with high hopes again this year.
It figures to be a new look for Maple Grove girls basketball. With the graduation of a lot of their hype from last year, this year's team will look to push the pace.
I've always been a person who push the ball, get it up the court. I mean, we still obviously going to set it up a little bit when we need to, but it's just fun to really work it, and we all play together super well, so it just makes it really fun.
I think for all of us, at least our starting five, we all already like to play really fast. We like to get up defensively, so I think that if we're able to get steals and play at a fast tempo, that not really anyone else can keep up with us.
Also figuring into the Crimson's overall pace of play is the implementation statewide of a 35-second shot clock for all games.
I've played with a shot clock for AAU and stuff, so and I think most of us have, so I think we'll be okay.
Maple Grove returned some good talent, including North Dakota State commit senior Wayne Claire Stern and junior Jordan Odie, one of the top prep players in the state from the class of 2025. Add in some good young talent, and the Crimson should again contend for conference and section titles.
We got a great crew back. We lost some tremendous kids, some unbelievable players, but we've got a great group of kids back, kids that really genuinely enjoy playing with each other, and we've got some young kids I think that are going to step up and surprise some people.
After 2 weeks of practice with some scrimmages mixed in, Maple Grove tips off the season Tuesday night at Wayzata. Always a good challenge.
They look different too, so it'll be interesting to see the two of us. We both kind of look a little different because we both graduated a lot of kids, but it'll be a fun test for us.
You can watch that Maple Grove Wayzata game live on CCX Tuesday night at 7, and it replays Wednesday at 7 p.m. as well. That's all for sports. More CCX News after this.
Find more prep sports games and highlights at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.